Fox 5 and Hot 97 present Street Soldiers with Lisa Evers.
I'm so glad you're joining us for this episode of Street Soldiers on hip-hop's female takeover. Never before have there been so many women rappers making chart-topping hits, and they're not stopping there. They're also taking on social issues and important causes and changing the way we view female empowerment. The success of Grammy Award-winning rapper Cardi B's hit song WAP, featuring Megan Thee Stallion, stunned some in the music industry. They feared its brazen talk about female sexuality would turn off fans. But the effect was just the opposite. It debuted at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, setting a record for the most first-week streams. It struck a cultural nerve, says Billboard hip-hop editor Carl Lamar.
And I think it's just that unapologetic candor, that unapologetic honesty. There's a lot of women and girls that may not have the platform, or, their personalities may not be the type to be so forward.
Cardi B has become outspoken on social issues and political issues, even doing a commercial for NYC Census 2020. Megan Thee Stallion was named one of Time Magazine's 100 most influential people. Both stars proving you can twerk and be taken seriously on important issues. After being shot in the foot, Megan Thee Stallion wrote a piece for the New York Times op-ed page to sound off on the overall lack of respect given to Black women.
So I just feel like, we always have to be the stronger person all the time. And, people don't want to try to give us our credit.
For the most popular as well as up-and-coming artists, their appearance is part of their brand and their very identity. With fewer gatekeepers to deny women opportunities in the music industry and their ability to develop millions of fans on social media, there are more opportunities than ever before.
Branding is everything with me. Like I really just try to put my hands into everything, like fashion, modeling.
There's a growing diversity among female rappers too, who have garnered respect for their skills as MCs. That combination of talent and style have made them more popular and well known than many established movie stars, says Josh McBride.
Collectively, they're very unapologetic, right? And they're not afraid of this whole cancel culture BS that's out there.
There's so much more to this movement. Let's find out what our panel has to say. Joining me is Josh McBride. He's an entertainment host and entertainment correspondent. Josh, great to have you with us.
Great to be here.
Thank you. Also with us is light-skinned Keisha. She's a rapper and actress. Keisha, great to have you with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Also joining us is Molly Brazy. She's an artist and rapper herself. Molly, great to have you with us.
Thank you.
And also joining us is Carl Lamar. He's the hip hop editor for Billboard magazine and also the host of the Audio Mac podcast. Carl, great to have you with us.
Thanks for having me, Lisa.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Carl, I want to start with you on this because you cover all these artists, you cover the whole music scene. Why do you think we're seeing so many female artists right now?
Man, first off, shout out to all the female MCs out here killing it right now. Because there was a time where it just dawned on me. I would watch the BET Awards and Nicki Minaj would win every single year. And it was just kind of getting monotonous. And I think at a point, I would probably say for me, from a mainstream point, I think when Cardi came in with Bodak Yellow, everything just kind of opened up, and it just, the amount of female MCs and the star power just ramped up. We had Cardi come in, we had Megan come in, we had Sweetie, we got dope artists like Dreezy, Cash, Keisha, obviously, to even people like Rhapsody and Chica. Everybody showing different sides, their personalities of their lyricisms, whether it's club records, whether it's just straight lyrical wordplay records. I think we're beginning to embrace the idea that, women not only can stand with, their male counterparts in hip hop, they can flat out take over. And that's what we've been seeing. It's been a full-fledged takeover with the Nickis, who's been able to get 2 number ones this year. Megan getting 2 number ones this year. Cardi coming back with another number 1 this year. I think people just realize it's time for women to take over the game.
Keisha, in terms of what motivated you, because it wasn't that long ago that a lot of women would look at, okay, I'll be an R&B singer, I'll be a dancer, I'll do something else, but to really just get right in that mainstream of the rap game, what motivated you?
Well, really, I would say it would be more so support from my fans, honestly. I haven't necessarily been in the rap game too long, but when I first started and I first dropped my first record, I mean, I kind of just dropped it and I didn't know what I was doing. You know what I mean? Like it was just kind of like a spontaneous thing and I didn't know what I was doing, but the reaction that I had got was just so crazy. So therefore, like I had a lot of support behind it and people were like, you know, you need to keep on rapping because you sound good. We like your tracks. When you get on there, it's just, you know what I'm saying? It goes crazy. So, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I can start doing it. So I just found myself to continue to go to the studio and I really actually love being in the studio and creating some more sounds and creating new music. And I like hearing myself in the mic too. So, but yeah, that's
it works for you in every single way.
Yeah, it does.
Razy, tell us a little bit about your career and how you got involved and what attracted you as a female into the rap game.
What got me started is like I just really tried it for real. Like my brothers, they always was writing and like they like roast each other with raps, like stuff like that, just going off the dome. But I could never do that. So like I just started writing. And then like one day I just recorded it on my phone and I uploaded it on Instagram. This is like 2017 and I uploaded it on my Instagram and then my Instagram just started going dumb. Like it went viral on like every social media platform. So after that, like all of the rappers in my city, they was hitting me up, like people I was listening to, people that was like making it out and stuff like that. They was hitting me up like, you should get in the studio with me, stuff like that. So that's when I ended up making my first song. My first song hit 1 million in a week. Then it was just like, why not?
And then you just kept at it. Josh, for a lot of the women, the gatekeepers that might have kept them out in the past are not there because they can go straight to the fans. What kind of impact has that had on all of these new and exciting careers?
Yeah, I think it's really exciting for a lot of younger artists like these two talented women who have now created more than just they're a rapper, right? Like you both, I see you both and I see it's about branding. You guys are brands. Cardi's a brand. You look at someone like Cardi who put out a track, but then you look at her now and she had a Super Bowl commercial. She was interviewing Joe Biden. It's so much more than female rappers just being about rap. Like it's about so much more. It's about who their brand is. And from a financial aspect, it's not just about selling records. Selling records is great, but you know Cardi got a check from Pepsi for that Super Bowl commercial. You know she got a check from Fashion Nova. These women have to be applauded because they're now brands and not just rappers anymore. So it's more than just rapper in your Instagram profile.
So are there certain superstar qualities? More on that when we come back. Carl, in terms of them being women having to be a brand, has that helped women? Because we have so much more about just our lifestyle between the looks and all that that can be branded than guys.
Yeah, I think it helps. I think it goes back to what Josh was saying. I think it allows women to get into, a multitude of bags. Like he was saying, with Cardi getting this Super Bowl commercial with Pepsi, that allows her to attract even more fans. Like my mom, shout out to my mom, her birthday was last week. She's over here singing Bodak. Thank God she's not singing WAP, but she's singing Bodak.
Oh, God.
And Cardi also like doing like the deal with Reebok, like with women being able to attract so many different brands, it's going to attract so many different demographics that may have not been familiar with their music. So it could be that mom or that grandma that saw Cardi and her bubbly personality be like, yo, you know what? Let me give this girl a chance just because I like her energy based off this commercial. So the more brands and opportunities women have, the more people they can attract and then reel them over to the music if they hadn't already.
Razy, what about in terms of branding? Tell us where you're from and what the scene is where you're at.
I'm from Detroit, but I moved to Atlanta like a few years ago. And well, branding is everything with me. Like I really just try to put my hands into everything, like fashion, modeling. I try acting, like basically everything. So.
And to get it out there like that. Keisha, tell us about the, we saw you in Ghost Power Book 2 in that,
yes,
that classroom there. Tariq, hard time and everything. Congratulations on that. But in terms of acting, did they approach you because of you being an artist? Or tell us a little bit about that. Like, was there a crossover between music and acting, or how did that happen?
So I had already knew Michael, who plays Tariq. I had knew him like a couple of years prior to that. So when I first heard about it, honestly, I thought it was a joke. And then when they were like, they kept going and they were like, because usually when I go out of town, I'll travel with like my agent and my 2 security guards or something like that. But when they told me I was going up there, they're like, you can't come with nobody. So I'm like, who trying to kidnap me? But so, and they're like, nobody's trying to kidnap you. Like, they're like serious. So I get up there and I see everything, and I'm like in the production studio, everything is going crazy, and I'm running into all the actual like actors and actresses and stuff. But when I was talking to Tariq, I'm like, I'm nervous. I kept telling him, I'm like, I'm nervous. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Like, what is this? And he's like, all you got to do is just be yourself. So basically that made me think like this crazy, because it's like, I feel like for me, music is a plus. And honestly, like even with like Cardi's situation, like Cardi, I feel like even with her, like it's a plus because her personality is so big. And I feel like she gets amazing opportunities, and she gets like, you know what I'm saying, amazing branding opportunities as well based off of her personality. And same for me. I feel like, you know, when I talked to Courtney Kemp the first time, and, you know, she's like CEO, one of the CEOs of everything, she basically told me that she was such a big fan, and, you know, she really supported my music, but she started going down the line of when she was watching me do talking videos and what I was talking about and stuff like that. So it's just really, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, for me, it was based off of like personality and just
So
energy and everything else like that.
Like very organic, and she saw your personality through
Absolutely.
that, and that's really what it was. Josh, in terms of the impact, are female artists, like some of our female artist superstars, like a Cardi B, like a Megan, like a Nicki, are they bigger than movie stars these days? Because that's the way it seems.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I would say that one thing I really appreciate about, I hate using the term female rappers, because again, like I said, there's so much more than that, is I've always thought collectively that they're very unapologetic, right? And they're not afraid of this whole cancel culture BS that's out there. Megan Thee Stallion was on SNL talking about how Black women's lives matter and Black men's lives matter. And even she did an op-ed in the New York Times that a lot of people saw. That was called Why I Speak Up for Black Women. I think that there's this unapologetic, I'm gonna have a voice, and if you listen to me, cool. If not, okay, whatever. But it's nice to be able to see that these leaders in this community have been able to have a voice and not be scared of speaking out.
Carl, when you look at the the field of up and coming candidates and up and coming artists, are there certain things that you feel are resonating with, with hip hop fans that they all share?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of been a constant thread in this conversation. I think it's just that unapologetic candor, that unapologetic honesty. There's a lot of women and girls that may not have the platform, or, their personalities may not be the type to be so forward in that regard. But the fact that they can have, these up and coming rappers be so vocal, about their sexuality, about their swagger, that just really, is so helpful, to those girls that need that kind of support. And I think what I love about, hip hop today, especially with the women rappers coming up, is that versatility I was talking about, right? If you want a turn up record, you can go to Keisha. You can go to Molly. You know what I mean? You can go to a City Girls. It can hit you with an act up, with a twerk. You could go to a Sweetie, and if you want that like real, like, I guess, deep lyricism, you can go to a Chica, and you can go to somebody like a Rhapsody. It's like we have so much to offer right now in hip hop. This is the most versatile I've seen, as far as the female class is concerned, and I'm loving it right now.
Brazy, in terms of what you do, and in terms of your music, and in terms of what you write, do you feel like there's anything now that's off limits or like off the table, or does anything go?
No, I definitely don't think nothing is off limits. I've never felt like that. And it's like when I first started, what really made me want to like come out with it is like that I was so different from everybody else. Like I speak my mind no matter what the situation is. So like to be that person to speak up, like other females, like especially the younger ones that's looking up to us, they feel as though they can do that too, you know, and that starts something new, that start them onto like another path where they want to start, you know, just speaking out, just speak their mind, doing things that they actually want to do. So no, I don't think nothing is off limits. I never did. I've never been like not wanting to say something. If I want to say it, I'm gonna say it. That's just that.
No, that's fantastic. Keisha, what about you in terms of speaking out and the impact that you have on the young girls with your following?
Oh, well, honestly, I would say that's how I'm known, because they know that I ain't gonna be quiet. So, but I've been speaking my mind since forever. So I've never been like scared or, you know, intimidated by anybody or scared to say whatever I have to say. You know, I do believe in there's a time and a place for certain conversations, though. I will say that. But as far as anything else, though, no, I'm an all around like brave girl, and I feel like that's one thing about me that people actually, that's why people gravitate towards me a lot too, because of the simple fact that they know that I'm just very vocal, but I'm very like, you know what I'm saying, kind of outgoing, spunky, but it's still like, you know, I'm just speaking the real, and I'm just being real with you, you know, and that's just that on that.
And that's just that. And that's it for this segment. This is Street Soldiers. I'm your host, Lisa Evers. We'll be right back. Keisha, in terms of who influenced you, were there any artists that, male or female, that influenced you that you looked up to and go like, wow, I can do that, and I'm gonna do it my own way?
Oh, well, like, you know, when I was younger, you know, me and my friends, we used to always like pick which one we were out of the group. So like, say if there was like Destiny's Child, I always had to be like Beyonce, because that's just my girl.
Hey.
So you know what I'm saying? Or of course, Nicki Minaj. Like Nicki Minaj dominated the female rap game. You know what I'm saying? With not only just her attitude, her style of rap. You know what I'm saying? Just everything. So I mean, and I would definitely say that I've been influenced by, you know, the Beyoncés of the world, the Nicki Minaj's, the Little Kims, and honestly Cardi B's, because of the simple fact that Cardi B has such like a big personality, and that's where I kind of relate to. So I relate to having a big personality and her being able to, you know what I'm saying, use that personality to just go further and further into her career. So yeah, and I get influenced by a lot of R&B singers too. Like I don't know. I have an old soul, so I listen to a lot of old school music too.
I definitely agree with everything Keisha said. Like that, she hit it right on the nose. But with me, it was mostly male artists that, you know, got me into doing what I do, because it's like if they can talk like that, mind you, I have all brothers, so it's like I've always felt like I was a boy for real when I was younger. So it's just like everything they did, I did, and it's just like I start like taking it and putting it into my own way. Like, you know, I mostly looked up to male artists, but it would be like Nicki and Trina, and you know, they were very unapologetic. Like they just said what they wanted to do. They just made music about what they wanted to make music about. And just like today, if it's somebody that don't like my music, then they don't have to follow me. They don't have to listen to it. You know what I'm saying? But it's other people that relate. It's other people that can get into it. It's other people that, you know, understand what's going on and they tune in. You know what I'm saying? So
that's a really good thing. Keisha, the whole boss woman, like that's a theme that comes through with a lot of the female artists now, like yourself too. It's like, we're in charge, we're doing this. This is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, because honestly, I mean, I feel like women, we were looked at as we supposed to be in the house, cleaning up, taking care of the kids. But now in 2020, girls is getting money. You know what I'm saying? So we getting our own money. We paying our own bills. Like, you know what I'm saying? We doing the thing. We doing our thing. So I feel like we have to continue to keep on embracing that, because women are powerful. And that's why I'm saying, like, I mean, from our bodies to our minds to just everything, we are very, very powerful. So that's why I just feel like it's such a great time in hip hop too, to have so many powerful women doing a thing and speaking out and being sexual in their own way, you know what I'm saying, embracing their sexuality. They want to keep us, you know, hush, or, you know what I'm saying, or keep us away from, no, everybody's like, we not saying sorry. We're not being sorry for what we said. We coming out, we being who we are, we being sexy. And, you know, honestly, I feel like that also, you know, motivates other women
Thanks for joining us for this episode of Street Soldiers. If you'd like to watch it again or share it, go to our Fox 5 NY YouTube page, click on playlists, and all our shows pop right up. Remember, use your mind. It's your best weapon. I'm Lisa Evers. Let's push for peace, love, and justice for all.